Morning, Kris. Let's talk about Connor versus Connor. Of course, you have the best player in the world on your team, Connor Bedard, another generational talent. What is your kind of takeaway heading into this matchup between two very special players?
I think it's very exciting for everybody who's got a ticket tonight to watch the game, or anyone's at home and watching the game, to see two exceptional players. One who's been obviously in the league for a while and doing exceptional things, and the other one who's just coming up and having a great season. I think it's very, very exciting to watch. And, you know, myself, I'm behind the bench. I'll be enjoying it too, and hopefully I don't get distracted too much with all the nice plays, and I'll see what's going on with the 5-on-5 and how our team's playing. But yeah, I think it's a great night for hockey.
Stuart Skinner can become the first goaltender this season in the NHL to win 7 consecutive games. Of course, he was off to a start much slower than he anticipated. What have you seen in his processes to kind of get out of that funk?
Well, I think when I started, I think one message that we had for our team was just, you know, that we can all help each other out. And our forwards, back checking and coming back a little bit harder for our defense helps them out with their gaps, and they can stand the line up a little bit. And if our defense are playing a little better and have a little more structure, it's going to help with our goaltending. And I think Skinner's been one of the guys who've been playing very well. But I think we've had a lot more structure. His game has been a lot more predictable. We have had breakdowns, absolutely. We've had breakdowns, but that's where we need our goalie to come up with those key saves. And I think both our guys have done that. And, you know, when you're playing with more structure, more predictability, it's easier for the goalie to see the game, and it helps with his confidence.
Sorry, last question from me. Is Evander Kane available for you tonight?
Yes, he'll be playing tonight.
Okay, thank you.
When you first got here, one of the things you maybe assumed or sensed in your group was that when some bad things happened, there was a bit of a sag or a, here we go again. They seem to be in that deep of a hole. What are you noticing now in game when bad things happen? I think of those 2 quick goals against. What are you seeing from your group in their resilience?
Yeah, I think guys just, they know that they just have to find their game and come back to the way they were playing. And every team is going to have a push, and they're going to have a little strong part of the game where they're the better team. But ultimately, we feel that if we play our game for 60 minutes, we should come out on top. And, you know, I've seen it a couple times just the other night when we had an outstanding first period. 1 minute into the second period, we're down 2-1. You know, that could be a time when the team gets off the rails and not playing the way you want to, getting off script, and taking chances that are unnecessary. But another one is the game in Winnipeg, where we trailed most of that game, or up until maybe 10 minutes left. I'm not sure when it was when we got that goal from Nurse. But first 2 periods, thought it was pretty good. We just couldn't score. We just have to stick with it, believe with what we're doing is going to, we're going to get the result in the long run. And I think guys are patient now with their game, and will execute the game plan.
On Bedard, he comes into the league with that shot. Everybody knows it's kind of the signature way he has of letting it go, how dangerous it can be. But how impressive is it that the great players in the game, despite everybody knowing what their tricks are, they still find a way to execute? And so far, he has. Everybody knows that shot's there, and he still gets it off and is scoring.
Yeah, no, it's just not as simple as saying he's got a really good shot. There's a lot of players who have really good shots, and they just can't find a way to get it through. He has a skill of unbelievable release, great velocity, accuracy, all of it. But there's a lot of other skills that he has, where his patience on finding the open lane, whether it's underneath a stick or between the defenseman's legs, holding it, really good at getting the middle ice. You know, there's one thing about getting a shot outside the dots, but if you can get that shot inside the dots, your shooting percentage goes up tremendously. He's found a way to do that. So, yeah, especially our defenseman tonight, on the penalty kill, a defenseman who's going to be on that strong side. He's got a task for himself tonight to get into those into that shooting lane.
last two games against New Jersey and Minnesota, for long stretches, you gave up very little. I know that was an emphasis for you, but to see it as a coach and to see it when your team's winning, sometimes in long winning streaks, you know, the team will sag a little bit, but you haven't seen that. What's impressed you just about the attention to detail in limiting the chances lately?
Well, I think we're not in position to let anything slide away from us. You know, right now we're not in a playoff spot. We're chasing numerous teams to get into that spot, and when we're having a good game, we can't let that slide and slip away from us because they're so important, those 2 points. So I think it's easy for us to maintain focus. It'd be one thing if we were sitting on top of the standings and, yeah, we can take tonight off, we can not pick up our check, we'll see what happens. But we don't have that luxury right now.